Can you explain a little bit about the science of what actually happened underground during the earthquake?
Well, I'm not a scientist, and I'm a journalist and a generalist who has interviewed scientists. So from what we hear, the Indian plate, which broke off from Africa 70 million years ago, sailed across the Indian Ocean and then plowed into the Eurasian landmass, plowed into and under. So it's going underneath us. And of course, wherever you have this tectonic meeting of collision of continents, you have earthquakes. And this is why these mountains were formed, and that's why they're so high. Now we're here at 1,200 meters above sea level, and within 35 kilometers of here, as the crow flies, you have mountains that are 7,500 meters. So this is like a totally vertical country, and that's because of that impact. And the mountains are still growing. The whole boundary between these two plates is in constant motion. There's tectonic tension building up underneath, right where we're standing now. And the April 25th earthquake happened in a part of central Nepal where there hadn't been a release of that tension for quite a while. East of Kathmandu, there had been the 1934 earthquake, so tension had been released there. And so the April 25th earthquake, the epicenter was in Gorkha, which is 80 kilometers to the northeast of here, and it moved, the rupture zone moved eastwards. And most of the aftershocks were right around us and beneath us, right here. But something stopped the earthquake and the ruptures from traveling fully and releasing the energy fully. So that's why seismologists fear that because the tension has not been released completely, that another major aftershock or another major earthquake is due. Could be today, it could be 30 years from now, but somewhere to the south of Kathmandu. But the other danger, and this is probably even more massive, is that in western Nepal, which is the western half of the country, there hasn't been a major release of tension, which means earthquake above 8 magnitude, for the last 500 to 600 years. Which means there is enough energy there for a crustal shift of up to 10 meters. Now that's huge. That won't just devastate Nepal. It'll destroy most of northern India if that happens at one go. And if that happens in Kathmandu also, an 8.5 in western Nepal will be worse than a 7.8, which was April 25th. So what we are trying to say through the media is to quote seismologists who are warning, without trying to spread too much panic, that look, this was just a warning. That the big one is still not, that was not the big one. It's still coming, and we better be prepared.